Hey there YouTube, this is Vargas XX78 with another collection pickup video. Just want to share with you guys the stuff that I've picked up and been holding out to share with you for the last month. Just, what can I say, guys? I apologize, stuff has kind of gotten in the way and I haven't been able to record a pickup video as soon as I would have liked. But this is all mostly movies. It's all movies actually. I'm still waiting for Club Nintendo to come out. And I haven't picked up any video games or anything like that, so it's all movies. So, bunch of stuff to talk about. So let's get started. First off, a couple of movies that I picked up for my girlfriend. I've never been able to find this movie for her until now, and that's My Big Fat Greek Wedding. I've never seen this movie, so I don't really know what it's about. But my girlfriend loves this movie, so I saw it and I picked it up for her. Some of my movie collecting is kind of rubbing off on her because she went somewhere with her mom and they had this this Blu-ray sale and she picked up 2 movies, which I thought was really cool. But, she picked up on Blu-ray The Switch, starring Jennifer Aniston and the guy from Arrested Development. I've not seen this movie. Another movie that she picked up that I haven't seen but she liked because she went to see it is The Portrait of Dorian Gray. She picked it up mostly because Colin Firth is in it, and she's a big Colin Firth fan. So, yeah. At a Blockbuster, I picked up for her a couple of movies. Picked up Beautiful Creatures. Really enjoyed this movie. Enjoyed it a lot more than Twilight. Even a lot of people don't like this one because it's a Twilight ripoff. But I thought the characters were a lot more interesting in this than in Twilight. Movie that we also went to see this year and that we both really enjoyed is Epic, even though I prefer the Mexican title El Reino Secreto or the Secret Kingdom. Really cool movie. Loved the animation. Loved the story. Just a fun movie, I thought. Picked this up for her because she's a Twilight fan, but I've never seen it and neither has she. But picked up The Host. Which is supposedly like Twilight, but in a sci-fi setting, so I hope she enjoys it. And the last movie I picked up, you know, Warm Bodies. Freaking amazing zombie movie. I like the way that they combine the romantic aspect with the zombie aspect. The romantic parts are, you know, romantic cliches, but the zombie parts are freaking cool. So we didn't get to see this one in the theater. It wasn't really that long here in Mexico, but we rented it and freaking loved it. So yeah, this was pretty cool. Went to an Overwheels and I thought this was funny. Back in the 70s, there were a lot of disaster movies that I remember watching that when they passed on TV later on. The Towering Inferno was one. Meteor was another one, and what I'm still trying to track down, along with Meteor, is the Poseidon Adventure. And they made a remake, I don't remember when, in the 2000s, I think, and that's Poseidon. It's a remake starring Kurt Russell. Not as cool as the original, of course, but it has a lot of action-y stuff, which the original doesn't. But I thought it was a good remake. Again, it's not as good, but it's not that bad either, and it stars Kurt Russell. Only bummer is that it's the full screen edition, but I've never seen this movie on DVD, so I had to pick it up. I can just switch it later on, I guess. It's funny because this is a disaster movie about a boat, and the guy also had The Love Boat, the first season. And I remember also, again, watching reruns of this show. And I enjoyed it. I didn't watch all of them, but I enjoyed the Love Boat episodes that I did get to see. So it's kind of cool to own the whole first season on DVD. Only picked this one up because of the stars involved. I've never actually seen it, but picked up Don Juan de Marco with Johnny Depp and Marlon Brando. I, again, haven't seen it, so I can't really talk about it. Another really good movie that we saw this year is World War Z. So I picked up for my girlfriend the extended cut. Thought it was a really effective movie. I would have liked if it had a little bit more violence and gore, if I'm honest. But for what it is, it's a pretty solid zombie movie. This guy at Overwheels had a whole bunch of movies for 10 pesos, so I picked up everything that he had. But between those, the two movies that was most excited about are two movies that I've been trying to track down for the longest time because they are freaking amazing. First one is Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan. This is the movie that Star Trek Into Darkness remakes. Obviously changing a bunch of stuff, but Wrath of Khan is by far the best Star Trek movie that I've ever seen, followed by First Contact, which is another Star Trek movie I'm missing. But this movie is freaking amazing. It's super quotable. It's got a bunch of action. The last part of it is freaking amazing. So I'm really, really happy I was able to add this to the collection, along with its direct sequel, Star Trek III: The Search for Spock, which has Christopher Lloyd playing a Klingon captain. Obviously, this one's way better, but as a direct sequel, this is also freaking good. I am so happy I have these two movies to add to the collection. So, like I said, I'm only missing the first Star Trek movie and the original first Star Trek movie and First Contact. I also have this thing where I want to collect the movies for certain people. One of those is Angelina Jolie, so I picked up Hackers. It's a 90s tech movie, so it doesn't hold up as good as it does now, but it's an interesting time capsule, I think, to show the newer generation how hacking was done back in the day. So, yeah. Again, to complete the collection of a certain actor, I picked up Yes Man, starring Jim Carrey and Zooey Deschanel. I saw a trailer, didn't think it was going to be that cool. Saw it later on, and it's actually a pretty cool Jim Carrey movie. I really enjoyed this one. Just missing The Mask and Ace Ventura 2, and my Jim Carrey collection is done. Picked this one up. I've never seen it, but I've heard good things about the Jack Nicholson Helen Hunt movie, As Good as It Gets. Just again, I've never seen it, so I can't really comment on it. Also in that lot, this guy had the good package first season of Arrested Development, because there's a newer print out there, but it's kind of like the Love Boat. It's just a DVD box with separations and everything. And I really like these, even though they could take up more space. This is the best way for me to own TV on DVD. Watched a couple of episodes here and there of Arrested Development, and I thought it was freaking hilarious. So really glad I was able to get the first full season, and now I gotta track down season 2. This last movie was a total blind buy. I've never seen it. I don't know anything about it, but only that it's done from Miramax and it's Exotica. So I don't know anything about this movie. Another one to add to my Jim Carrey collection that I've been looking for a while, which is why I didn't mention it before, is Eternal Sunshine of a Spotless Mind. I love the visuals on this movie. I love how everything pertaining to memories alters. Jim Carrey is great in it. Everyone's great in this movie, and it's the only problem is that it's a full screen. But I've had a lot of difficulty tracking down this movie without it being scratched to heck. And again, I like finding things in the wild, not buying them. If I can do it like that, I prefer it that way. And I feel such satisfaction on finding a movie that I've been trying to track down. So, yeah, with this and Yes Man, I'm only missing 2 more movies, and my Jim Carrey collection is done. But that's an amazing movie. Picked this one up mostly because I've always seen it in the greatest movies of all time, and so that's why I picked it up. And I've never seen this version, but this is the Legacy Series edition of To Kill a Mockingbird. It comes, of course, with the movie, second DVD extras, and all the international posters that were released for this thing. So, I've never seen it. I'm looking forward to seeing it just to see if it's as good as people claim it to be. To add to my Pixar collection, I picked up a movie that I freaking love because it reminds me of Akira Kurosawa's Seven Samurai, but that's A Bug's Life. I honestly don't know what version print this is. There's a Blu-ray print. There's another one I've seen that just has Flick's face on a leaf. This one, I don't know which one. I don't know if this is a second print or what. But I like the metallic cover that the box has, as well as on the inside. And I freaking love A Bug's Life. I don't hear that many people mention it. They always talk about The Incredibles or Wall-E, but I freaking love A Bug's Life, so I had to pick that one up. Another old movie that I'm really glad I was able to add to the collection at last is the Indiana Jones trilogy. This particular version in particular, because there's another one that has the 4 movies in it, but this one has the first Indiana Jones. It has Raiders of the Lost Ark, which is amazing. Temple of Doom, which is great, and The Last Crusade, which is also amazing. Plus a 4th DVD with all the bonus material that would normally come on the Blu-ray. But freaking love the Indiana Jones series, and it bothers me that I don't own these, or hadn't owned these in my collection. Same thing with Back to the Future. It bugs me that I don't own Back to the Future trilogy, but really cool. Now I know a lot of people hate Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, but now that's the only one I'm missing. But I am super psyched that I was able to find this version of the Indiana Jones movies. So freaking excited. This last month has been great for picking up some really needed old school movies. Picked up National Treasure 2, Book of Secrets, the sequel to the Nicolas Cage movie, and the original is better than the sequel. Picked up a movie that I've been trying to track down because it's interesting as hell. It's Fallen, starring Denzel Washington, about this killer that switches bodies by touching someone. So yeah, Denzel Washington's trying to track down something that switches from body to body. It's a really, really good movie. Really, really cool. Picked this one up just because it's from the same director that did Eternal Sunshine, and that's The Science of Sleep. But I've never seen it. I've only seen the trailers, and it looks like the same style that Eternal did, and I really like the style in Eternal Sunshine, so looking forward to that one. Picked up Leon the Professional. I know there's a better European cut of this, but this is the one I saw starring John Reno, Gary Oldman, and a very young Natalie Portman. I think it might have been her first role here, but this movie is pretty freaking cool. But if I ever do see the international cut, I'll pick that one up as well. Picked up Pulp Fiction, which is one of the Quentin Tarantino movies that I'm missing. Want to track down Jackie Brown and Django. But, you know, it stars Bruce Willis. It's the movie that relaunched John Travolta's career, so it's a great, great movie. Picked up at Target the Jackie Chan collection, which includes 8 of his movies. One I already own separately, which is Super Cop, but it has Operation Condor, Condor 2, Dragon Lord, Twin Dragons, Jackie Chan's Project A, Project A2, Super Cop again, and The Accidental Spy. So 8 Jackie Chan movies for $5. I thought this was pretty amazing, even though, again, I already own one. So, you know, if you've seen my videos, you know how big of a Jackie Chan fan I am. Picked up Space Jam, starring Michael Jordan and the Looney Tunes, with Bill Murray in this. I loved it. I loved this movie when I went to see it. Not as good as Roger Rabbit, but I thought it was pretty cool. Turns out my girlfriend also really likes it. And at Big Lots, I picked up the 2-disc edition of Michael Jackson's This Is It. Actually went to see this in the theater. I thought it was a really cool look into what might have been had Michael Jackson actually done the concert. So yeah, picked up Dominion, the prequel to The Exorcist. According to a lot of people, the better version of that prequel. I had not seen either one, so that's why I picked up the better one. And lastly, I picked up a weird version that I've never seen before of Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle. I've seen... This is the extended unrated remastered edition, but I've seen one that has a different logo here, and the unrated one that I've seen has a girl here, so I don't know what version this one is, but the Harold and Kumar movies have been cool, so yeah. that was the pickup video. Big list. Gonna go with Indiana Jones as the best one, and